Hi everyone, my name is Anne-Marie. Welcome to this technique. Last week I made a little card that's got a paper weave background, and I've had quite a few queries from people asking how I made it. So what I thought was, in this technique I shall show you exactly how I did do it. I've started off and I've cut a base of card. Now it could be any card, it could be any colour. This is cut to 6 inches by 4 inches in size, and that is because I'm going to use inch wide strips. So because it's 6 by 4, I know I'm going to need 4 strips to go lengthways and 6 strips to go widthways. Now it's a really easy technique and you can use any size strips. I'm just showing you these inch by inch to make it easier for you to be able to see the technique. So what I've done on the actual base of the card, I've put tape across the top and then a piece of tape running on the left side. So I'm just peeling the back of those off, and I'm going to take 4 strips and I'm literally going to place 4 strips along the top with about ½ centimetre hanging over the edge that I'm going to fold over like that so that it will attach itself to the tape. And I'm just picking 4 at random. I'm just going to turn it so that it's a bit easier for me, and literally fold the tops over just so it attaches, and another one for the top. Now it's a really easy technique when you've sort of seen how it works, and until you see how it works you might think, oh, it's a bit difficult, but trust me, it isn't. So that's the last piece to go lengthways. So there we've got 4 strips of paper running downwards. Now I'm just going to start and I'm going to add them at the same way going across, and a little bit folding over the edge to stick to the tape. And I'm going to do this going all the way down, so just bear with me. I think this is quite a cool technique actually, because it uses so many of your scraps. I'm using all Anna Griffin paper here, so basically what you could do is, if you're using lots of paper from different companies, if you go in colour families, you could maybe use all pink papers or all green papers. Luckily for me, and luckily for you, Anna takes all the hard work out of it, and all her colours are so pretty and they all go together. So that's the top and the bottom done. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm going to make sure that it's a nice sharp fold on the side, and I'm going to flip those back, and I'm going to just make sure that's a sharp fold on the top as well. And then what I'm going to do is start weaving them, and this for me is the easiest way to show you how to do it. Literally picking the pieces up and weaving between them, and you just manipulate them a little bit to make sure you've got them straight, and you go over and under, and then the next piece is the opposite way, and so you're building up the weave as you go. So this one will go under the first strip, over the second strip, under the third strip, over the fourth. The next one will go over, then under, and it's literally the opposite of the strip that you've just previously done. Now this is the last one, and so we can literally start manipulating it so that they're nice and tight to sit on our base. So that's the weaved section. I'll turn it around so you can see it. The weaved section. So now to finish it off, turn it the opposite way, and we're going to trim our lengths, and I'm just going to trim them all. You'll obviously be able to take a little bit of time to do this, and I'm going to make sure that, because it loosens it because I've turned it upside down, so I'll just move those out the way, and I'm just going to run some glue around the edge because we're going to just tuck the ends in neatly. So where we've weaved it, we're going to literally make sure it's all nice and tight for the weave, and then we're going to start folding the edges over, making sure that we've got the sections on the top nice and tight because it's going to be our background. And then you just work all the way around. Oops, done that one crooked. All the way around, and then I've got one a bit lopsided there, but then you literally have your weaved background, and that's how you put it together. And I'm just going to make sure it's a nice tight score all the way around the edge, and that is the same background, if a little bit bigger than the weaved background I made on the card. Obviously it's in a different colour, but that shows you how I've put the strips together. Now just remember where I've used inch long, inch wide strips, so for every strip it's an inch on the piece of card that you use. So if you're using 1/2 inch strips, you'll make sure that your card is as wide as however many strips you're using. So if you're using 7 1/2 inch strips, your card will be 3.5 inches. So I've tried to keep it simple so that you understand the measurements of the inch, 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 and then you weave in the same size as well, and then that way you can see how it's created. Have a play about with it, try different sizes. It's just a great way of using so many of your papers and making a really interesting background. I shall put everything in the description box at the bottom for a few details, and if there's any links that I need to include. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to comment. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. Give me the thumbs up if you've enjoyed this, and hopefully I shall see you again next time.